Hank here with a preview of Zoom's PodTrak P4next. As you can see on the screen, Zoom announced today that the PodTrak P4next is going to be available allegedly in the middle of November, roughly November 14th. It's available for pre-sale right now. Link in the description to Zoom's official website. Let's just take a look around on the web page and just get to know this device just a little bit. It's supposed to retail for $179.99 in the US. 4 XLR inputs. It also has AI noise reduction, tone shaping, and voice compression, just like the PodTrak P2. Now, this part I thought was really outstanding. The PodTrak P4 Next provides 70 dB of gain. So this is exactly what I was talking about. A small format device, and then you have plenty of gain to drive any microphone you could imagine. They still are going to include the TRRS input for phone calls. Not only are they giving you that, they're also giving you Bluetooth, but you got to have that Bluetooth device, that BTA2 adapter, sold separately, of course. Or you can bring somebody in via USB. So when it comes to the Bluetooth and TRRS input, they're like some of their other devices, they take up the same port. So I'll show you a picture of that. So it's going to be either Bluetooth or TRRS. So the max you're going to be able to get participant-wise is going to be 5 people. So right here, you should be able to see what I'm talking about. So if you use the one on the right, then that's the TRRS port, but the BTA2 would take up both of these ports. So it's either or with that. And to piggyback on that, that's going to take away input number 4. So you're either going to do the Bluetooth, TRRS, or the XLR. Cool that they have the sound pads here, A, B, C, and D. So you can trigger intros, jingles, and sound effects with a single tap. Choose from built-in sound effects like the air horn, please no, applause, laughter, or rim shot. You can also record directly to the pad or load your own. While you do just get 4 sound pads, the 4 you get on the PodTrak P4next are better than the 0 that you get on the PodTrak P2, so I'm happy to have those. It's just convenient to have those on there, especially if you want to record a podcast live to tape. You could have your intro or your music bed or whatever you need right there. And then you can just bake it right into the podcast, so less post-production. But you see the layout is pretty much like the PodTrak P2, just extended. And the addition of sound pads. Still battery operated, 2 AA batteries. That is really awesome for portability. This is the part I really like, 4 headphone outputs. On the PodTrak P2, you have 2 outputs, but you have 1 dial knob. But on this, you have 4 outputs and 4 volume knobs for the headphones. As you can see, the XLR are not combo inputs. They're just regular XLR inputs, but that's fine in my opinion. But chime in the comments if you feel different about that. See the micro SD slot, supposedly up to 2 terabyte cards. Of course, have the 48 volt phantom power, so it looks like it's just on for all mics or off for all mics. So no mixing and matching apparently. And then you have the power plug here and the USB connectivity so you could bring in somebody remotely. I did forget to talk about the mute buttons. So each channel does have its own separate mute, which like the P2 did as well though. Specs wise, it's 48 kilohertz, 24-bit recording. And they say it's ready for mobile video. So you can connect the P4next to your phone and record pro quality audio directly onto your phone's video. No editing required is what they suggest. So portability wise, this would be a wonderful option. In the presentation, they did say that it was going to be multitrak. So it'll record to the SD card in multitrak, which is always beneficial and helpful. And Zoom's got that really figured out with all their handy recorders. And then accessibility options, which is always excellent to add. But what do you think about Zoom's PodTrak P4next? Chime in the comments. I'm excited. I think I'll be getting it when it launches at just $179.99. I think that's a really fair value for what you get. And I'll be Curious to test it for myself when it launches in November. But that's going to do it for this preview video of the Zoom PodTrak P4. As always, thank you.